Okay, good. So, you know, matters like this, let's go with the, as we are all advocating, the scientific approach. Coming in here, I came in with data that we had 9 forests under siege. We took them back, and then 2 fell back to the Galamseyers.
Yes.
And that, as we are, as of the time the president was giving his, as of the time the president was in the encounter, efforts were being made to take back those 2, right? So I'm looking at the data. So that is what I have. If there's anything else we can add. So when I look at it from that perspective, then it appears to me, and also with the comments that Erastus Asaridonko, who is, admittedly a key watcher of the space, he came out with his verdict that the fight now is far better than the fight under Akufo-Addo's government. So for me, I kind of see it as, okay, work in progress. And so that's where Professor Bobkin's exhortation comes in, that the president should up the game. Yes, you know, what Professor Bobkin has done, of course, we all know, somebody has to cry out loud, even when the president is working hard. That's human nature. You would hardly get 100% everybody applauding the president. No. In the nature of, you remember earlier on, Eduji referred to the gadfly. So you go into philosophy, in every society, you always have a gadfly, right? That's a person who would say it raw as it is. Yes. So Professor Bobkin is doing it in that manner to urge President Mahama to up the game. So it's fine, it's within. It's okay. But going by the data that I'm using, that 9 forests gone, but retrieved, and then 2 fell and are being taken over. Did I even hear after the speech that about a day or so after that, yes, the military had ended up, or whoever.
I don't have that update, but I will check.
Okay, so viewers can bring us information. So if you look at it from that perspective, and also coupled with the fact that right now efforts are being made to repeal the law, the LI 2462, and also the fact that our beloved Etiwa Forest, for now, even though we haven't finished our court case, I see Awula Sewa here. She's one of the plaintiffs in the case, Arocha, and some CSOs, including Awula Sewa. Yes, though we've not finished. We've not finished. You see that our society collectively, we've decided that no, there will be no mine in Etiwa, right? So when I add all of this, then I'm like, okay, so the fight is on. This looks better. This definitely looks better. I'm not saying everything is rosy, no. It's not honky-dory, not honky-dory at all. But definitely from the verdict that's been given, the fight is getting better. And so that's how Professor Bobkin's strong statement comes in, that look, in our society, you'll never get 100%, okay? So get on with it. Maybe for the first time you want to try, so then get on with it. So by all means, let's keep speaking, but it appears on the ground that, at least from what I have seen, the fight is better.
So the reference is made to the stance that the NDC took while in opposition about this state of emergency. Because at the time, if at the time that call was relevant, it was urgent.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Good.
A year on, why the reluctance?
Oh, good question. So, now, Mr. Okanse, you can check online. Check to see if at any point in time, I ever supported the call for a state of emergency. You won't find me.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah, so I'm developing the point.
Yeah.
So the point was that even last year, when the statement the president made is a master stroke, that we've not exhausted the use of the laws that we have. And so, number one, he himself admits that he stopped the IG's task force on Galamsey because he thought there were abuses here and there.
Yes.
What maybe we can send to the president as a follow-up is that, so when is IG Onu's task force going back? That's the most critical thing. When is the task force, together with the NIMOS, National is it Action? Okay, sorry. The National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat. So he says, no, he says there were abuses. So that day when I followed the conversation, I was interested in, okay, so when are they returning? Because he said they couldn't distinguish illegals from legals.
Yes.
So then that would have required a recce where an advanced team will go and be taught or that's shown which are the legal concessions and which are the illegals. Study them well on maps, etc. before IG's team goes back. So, I mean, the point, and that's what I stand to be corrected. I can't.
Gold Board, Bank of Ghana, they should give us the list of mining companies they've been buying gold from and where they are located.
No problem. Let's come to this. So when you go to article, so that I'll come back on, okay, let's address that. So you see, the president himself said it at a point that, look, whether they bought for legals or illegals, generally now is benefiting us. You heard Eduji's point. No, I'm coming. Let's the statement. Listen, what it means is that, look, the illegals were going out, right, through some other channel. You see, sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, I know it. I think we should say it so that we will see what is wrong and then we can correct it. What he's saying is a fact on the ground, that even if the purchase illegal.
That's even if.
Even if. That's a conditional clause. Previously, these were going to some private people who were taking this money out, and the dollars not coming in. But right now, through Gold Board, what they've pitched is 4 billion. It said, I mean, it's never happened. 4 billion, even in less than or about 6 months. It's never happened. So sometimes the practical aspect of it, that I think that, like he's saying, facing realities. That's the thing. Sometimes in politics, when you speak the truth, you will be crucified. That's how come you see sometimes politicians are forced to lie to us here and there, because the truth can be quite difficult. That's not the main point. We are just talking about, the main point is that you're asking me, the president says, we've not exhausted the remedies or the facilities and
powers, yes.
Powers available to us under normal law. And so why do we rush to a state of emergency? And I say, yes, I agree. Because look, when you read Article 31 here, look, the part, let's go, when you, just to summarize all the procedure, when I talk about Article 31 of the Constitution, that's the article on the state of emergency. Is the 3110, which says that during any period when a state of emergency is enforced, so a government can take any measures that are reasonably justifiable for the purposes of dealing with the situation that exists. So that's a nebulous statement. So you ask ourselves, as I said, this is where I'm being humble, I want to learn. What we have now, IG's men who were withdrawn and whom we are asking the president to send back after the NIMOS, that's the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, showing them the right places. Okay. Apart from these things, if we declare the state of emergency today, what else would we be doing? Are you going to declare a state of emergency on paper? Of course, as I said, we are leaving out the issue of Council of State, Parliament, and the rest. But I mean, if everything is done and the state of emergency is on paper, what else? So practically, you need the police to go and enforce. So how is that different from saying, okay, look, the police have been educated about the concessions, so let them go now. Okay. What is different? So, state of emergency is not a magic wand by itself. It's a declaration.